Good morning, good morning. Thank you all very, very much for coming. I'm acutely aware, actually, that there are people who are not here who would have liked to come, which is particularly pleasing. But anyway, thank you all for coming to what I think is going to be a really interesting day. I shouldn't need to say this, but I'm going to say it. Land reform is not an end in itself in Scotland. Land reform is a means to two really important and fundamental ends for this country. The first is we need to continue to grow the Scottish economy. We need to accelerate the growth of the Scottish economy. We need to drive up the productivity of Scotland's land. We need to remove constraints to that productivity, monopoly constraints, dereliction constraints, all sorts of different constraints. So the first and absolutely fundamental purpose of land reform is to drive economic growth in Scotland. But the second is equally, and in fact, in the last year or so has become, I think, much more important, and that is that growth must be inclusive. We need to create and maintain a country that is absolutely at ease with itself. And as we see in other parts of the UK and indeed elsewhere in Europe, division and divisive talk and all the rest of it. Scotland needs to be a beacon of inclusive growth where this is a society that is absolutely at ease with itself. And land reform and the work of the Scottish Land Commission is fundamental to both those things. And to tell you a little bit more about that as an introduction to the day, we're extremely pleased to have our Cabinet Secretary here. Thank you very much for coming. I will hand straight over to you. Thank you.